Hello there! Today I will be reacting to Pekka Siitoin. His Occultist Führer will haunt you by the channel of Offbeat Flies. Oh my god. I mean, I'm already... Bro, I'm not prepared. I'm never prepared for this type of video. So let's just check it out.
You're sick. Hey, I am sick. I want to be sick. Because my god is Lucifer.
This man is Pekka Siitoin, a man who dabbled in neo-Nazism, occult rituals, arson, and claimed to be in contact with aliens. But somehow, despite all that, he's also become a meme icon in modern times, with fan-made t-shirts, mugs, and music.
What? Why is there a shirt with written Kiitos?
A meme icon in modern times, with fan-made
Oh, he died in 2003. Wow, that's crazy.
T-shirts, mugs, and music.
Bro, is that his face on Che Guevara style?
Music projects inspired by him.
Magnumit on täällä aina valmiina.
Never heard of this man.
I think it's safe to say that Pekka has a dedicated cult following. Someone was even auctioning his military passport a few years ago, with a starting price of 666 euros.
Oh my
Natsipelleilu on vaan osa sun
god.
repertuaria. Sähän olet näyttävästi esiintynyt myös saatanan palvojana. Oletko ollut viime aikoina yhteydessä saatanaan? Ja jos olet, niin mitäs hänelle kuuluu?
Saatana elää ja voi hyvin tässä maailmassa.
So, how did a historical neo-Nazi occultist who was linked to both
Bro, for real, he went on TV to get interviewed with a swastika on his shirt. Are you
boiling
kidding
cats
me?
and an arson go from political infamy to becoming one of the most famous faces on the Finnish internet
Oh
scene?
my
Let's unravel the
god.
strange, twisted tale of Pekka Siitoin. But before we get started,
crazy.
just a quick warning. Be on the lookout for Pekka's infamous hypnotic magnetic stare. It could put you in a trance-like state.
Arjalaisia en ammu. Mutta jos tulee joku muu.
Pekka Siitoin's life is one of those stories that's almost too strange to be real. He was a figure who blended far-right extremism with occult beliefs, but his outlandish personality and bizarre claims made him both notorious and to some laughable. Still, beneath the absurdity was a man who stirred political chaos and left behind a legacy that continues to spark fascination today.
Meidän Jumalamme on Lucifer eikä Jeesus. Jeesus on humanisti.
What?
Before Pekka Siitoin became Finland's most infamous neo-Nazi occultist, he was a young boy with big dreams. Born in Varkaus, Finland in 1944, Pekka Siitoin's early life was shrouded in conflicting stories. According to police reports from 1976, Pekka was the legitimate child of Hulde Sifia Rissanen and Olavi Valdemar Siitoin, a middle-class family that provided a stable childhood. But, like everything else in his life, Pekka likes to add a dramatic flair to it. In a television documentary called Isän valtakunta, his son Paul Siitoin claimed that Pekka was actually adopted.
Mun isä väitti mulle, että hän on ollut natsi pikkupojasta lähtien ja hänet adoptoitiin pikkuvauvana vuonna 1944, koska mun isän oikea isä oli saksalainen upseeri von Weltheim ja äiti oli suomalais-venäläinen nainen.
Did Pekka enjoy fabricating stories about his own life for dramatic effect? Most likely, but one thing's for sure, Pekka's childhood was anything but ordinary. He was known to be rebellious, indulging in petty crimes like stealing bicycles and vandalizing property. Despite his mischief, he was reportedly a bright student and deeply interested in the arts, particularly theater and film. This love for performance led him to the Finnish theater school, where he mingled with other creative personalities. But it wasn't just acting that caught his attention. In the early 70s, Pekka found himself under the mentorship of Finland's famous clairvoyant, Aino Kassinen. During his time as a student, he claimed that
Bro, this guy looks so creepy.
famous clairvoyant, Aino Kassinen. During his
What
time
the
as a
hell?
student, he claimed that Kassinen introduced him to Satanism, which
Oh
he
my
would go on to
God.
practice fervently for the rest of his life. And as it happens, apparently Pekka was her student in the same time frame as the famous Finnish actor Vesa-Matti Loheri.
What? That's Uno.
Olivi. Olen ollut nuoresta lähtien satanisti ja kiitos siitä edesmenneelle Aino Kassiselle, joka vihki minut asiaan. Olen myöskin selvänäkijä, osaan ennustaa, Mutta en missään tapauksessa ole mikään natsipelle, vaikka näin kommunistit väittävätkin.
At the same time, Pekka's enterprising spirit began to take shape. He opened a photography studio, which later expanded into a publishing house for occult, UFO, and political literature. The man wrote prolifically, using aliases like Peter von Veltheim, Jonathan Shedd, Hesiodos Phoenix, and Cassius Maximanus. And while these names might sound like something from a bad sci-fi novel, Pekka took his own work seriously, believing himself to be a leader in both spiritual and political realms.
Me emme anna periksi, me käytämme kaikkia mahdollisia keinoja. Me tulemme voittamaan, me johdatamme teidät vapauteen, Suomen kansa.
So, how did Pekka go from a small-town photography studio owner to Finland's self-proclaimed Führer? The transformation from a theater enthusiast to a full-blown neo-Nazi occultist didn't happen overnight, but by the 1970s, Pekka Siitoin had officially entered the world of radical politics. He first joined the Finnish Rural Party, Suomen maaseudun puolue, even serving as a vice chairman in a local chapter. However, as the party split and his far-right views became more extreme, Siitoin left and founded his own political organizations.
Oh my
Most
God.
infamously, the Isänmaallinen Kansanrintama, IKR.
Tahdittaa. Vasen. Tämä marssiminen on erittäin vaikeata, ainakin kun meillä on täällä näin pitkä ruoho. Saksalainen parabellumi, siinä on vielä kotka ja hakaristi tässä kahvassa ja siitä vaan kommunistit, olkaa hyvä. Kun me saadaan vähänkin lisää kannatusta, niin silloin kyllä pannaan luut kurkkuun kommunistille, se on fakta. Hyvää päivää IKR-sotilaat!
As the leader of IKR, Pekka didn't shy away from theatrics. He frequently appeared in public dressed in Nazi uniforms, proudly calling himself the valtakunnan johtaja, or the
Isn't that illegal in Finland? Not that here in Italy, if you do something like that, appear in public wearing Nazi clothes, they will throw you in jail. I think it's like that in Germany too. I mean, I don't know. Yes, in other countries, there were different times probably. I don't know. So crazy though. This story is so creepy.
the Führer of Finland. His speeches were filled with anti-communist, anti-immigrant and anti-Semitic rhetoric.
Me menimme pihalle ja hakkasimme noin 50 kertaa sitä rähinöitsijää tällä pampulla selkään. Emme kylläkään päähän sen takia, ettei tullut mitään vahinkoa. Annoimme niin lujaa selkää tälle kommunistille keskellä pihaa, että se huusi kuin sika.
Me olisin sitä mieltä, että lähetetään kaikki pakolaiskerit Lappiin lumitöihin. Joulupukkikin tarvitsee mustia tonttuja. Se on tasa-arvoa.
Mun mielestä se on erittäin väärin.
Oh my god.
Ne ei tee muuta kuin meidän naisia ja levittää itsiä ja varastavat erosuomat. Mä äiti sanoi aikana, että naiset on yleensä semmosia. Sehän vaatii tyhmän miehen, jolla on paljon rahaa ja pitkä kalu.
And yet, in strange contradiction, he also held a deep fascination with Jewish mysticism, particularly the Kabbalah.
Niin. Mutta kaikesta huolimatta olen kivänkova rasisti, sadisti ja fasisti. Siitä minä nautin. Sääli on sairautta.
A bizarre twist for someone with such extreme anti-Semitic views.
Yeah,
Oletteko te mielestänne isänmaallinen mies?
Olen ja olen myöskin rasisti.
His contradictions didn't stop there.
Why does he keep saying that he's a racist even for no reason?
Swedish documentary series called Båtresan captured one of his most bizarre public appearances. The footage shows Pekka and his son Paul Siitoin engaging in drunken ramblings while on a daily cruise. At one point, Pekka claims that 90% of Swedes are homosexuals, only to praise them later on.
Me olemme suomalaisia patriootteja, uusnatsia, mutta myöskin mustalaiset ovat erilaisia. Kuule, me natsit, me jalostamme rotua, mutta me emme hyväksy tällä hetkellä Ruotsin saastaista pakolaispolitiikkaa, koska 90% ruotsalaista ovat homoseksuaalia ja liian humanistia. Meidän Jumalamme on Lucifer eikä Jeesus. Jeesus on humanisti. Olemme natseja, inhoamme kuonoja. Heidät kaikki täytyy järjestää pois Euroopasta. Tämä merkki takaa...
I think he doesn't really have a clear understanding of what humanist actually means. He keeps saying it like... Oh my god.
By the way, why? Because you are Juden animal type person.
I am
What?
not a Jew.
My God is Lucifer.
It means
Se on suomeksi.
It means a devil with
Yeah,
you.
devil. I am devil. I am sick. I want be sick.
What about
Because my God is Lucifer.
What about
Eikä
the
tiesi on. Do you know?
Should be ashamed
Winston
of yourself.
Churchill was homosexual.
Yeah,
Juden
homosexual.
agent.
Yeah,
Churchill.
What the hell?
Mä vedän turpaan tota saatana lordia. Ruotsalaiset ovat hienoa rotua. Vielä hienompaa oikeastaan puhdasrotuista ajatella kuin suomalaiset. Me olemme aina olleet ruotsalaisten orjia. Skandinaavien jumala orjin johdattaa meitä ikuiseen taisteluun! Ja
Bro, what the hell? Now he's calling Odin! Wasn't his god Lucifer? What the hell? It's full of contradictions.
minä vanhan äitini haudan kautta.
It's
Minä
just
taistelen
crazy, I
ensimmäisenä,
think.
Vaikka henkeenne veren asti. Tämä on velvollisuus pohjoista rotua kohtaan. Sieg Heil!
To be totally fair towards Paul Siitoin, he mentions in the documentary that he and his siblings were basically persuaded to these activities since they were kids.
Kyllä hän
Oh my
yritti sillä
God.
jotenkin niin kuin henkisesti vaan että painostaa siihen, että lähtikää mukavaa siihen toimintaan. Ja semmoista henkistä kiusantekoa se oli. En mä nyt niin tarkkaan muista sitä.
But Pekka's interests weren't just confined to politics and the occult. He even ventured into music. In the 1980s, Pekka formed a punk band called Nauravat Natsit, which translates to The Laughing Nazis. The band produced one album and distributed it on cassette tapes.
Meillä on kauniita tyttöjä, harjaalaisia. Ryssät heinitä kanssa,
Oh my god.
Jos te haluatte apua, ottakaa yhteys valtakunnan johtajaan.
This project was
That's
just another example of
crazy.
how Pekka sought to blend his far-right ideologies with bizarre public stunts. His extremism wasn't just for show. In 1977, Siitoin was arrested for inciting an arson attack on the Tiedonantaja, a newspaper owned by the Finnish Communist Party. Although he claimed his 5-year prison sentence was due to political reasons, the reality was much darker. He had encouraged a criminal act of arson. He later claimed of only sitting through 3.5 years of his sentence.
Kun hän oli istunut sen tuomion siitä kirjapanon tuhopoltosta, hän rupesi käyttämään runsaasti alkoholia, niin hän joi ihan älyttömästi. Harva sen päivä oli kännissä. Niin silloin hänestä tuli semmoinen aika kamala ihminen.
Siitoin also made headlines numerous times for making and selling some homemade alcohol. The strangest chapter of Pekka's political life came from the scandal involving one of his closest followers, who was brought to the court for boiling 3 cats alive.
Oh my
Tämä kissojen keittämisjuttu ei liity millään
god.
tavalla meidän toimintaamme. Eräs meidän entinen varapuheenjohtajamme, joka harrasti mystiikkaa vähän liian tehostetulla tavalla, syyllistyi tähän ja hänet tuomittiin tästä sakkoihin Nauvon käräjillä toukokuussa. Me emme ole harrastaneet näin käytännöllistä mystiikkaa, ainoastaan tällaista teoreettista mystiikkaa.
Tämä on eräs vanhan kansan rituaali, josta kerron tässä Mustamagia-kirjassa. Eräs tuttavani kyllä keitti kissoja elävältä. Minullakin on tällä hetkellä 2 kissaa Vehmaalla ja ne ovat minun hyviä ystäviäni.
But that wasn't the only bizarre act tied to Pekka's followers. One of his regional commanders in Oulu, Kai Aalto, found himself in the middle of a failed attempt to hijack a plane. In 1986, while staying in a mental institution, Aalto and another patient came up with the idea to hijack a plane to fund their newly formed political party. Armed with nothing but a starter pistol and Aalto with his hypnotic magnetic stare,
Oh my
the
god.
plan quickly fell apart. Aalto never even made it to the airport, as he got captured in the aftermath of trying to rob a pedestrian before they even made it to the airport. His accomplice still went on with the idea, and got arrested in the middle of the chaotic hijacking attempt.
Finnairin virkailijoiksi naamioituneet poliisit tekivät koneeseen rynnäkön. Ja tuo rynnäkkö tuotti tulosta, ja tässä kaappaajaa noin 25-vuotiaasta miestä tuodaan pois.
I think it's safe to say that the hypnotic magnetic stare was a critical component in their plan. Interestingly enough, Aalto was also a judge in the National Hypnotic Magnetic Stare Championship contest.
Jaska, parveke auki.
By the 1990s, Pekka had gathered around him a dedicated group of nationalist fighters, most notably Väinö Kuisma, the leader of the Aryan German Brotherhood.
Sweet pain. Suffer, sweet suffer.
And Christian Arje, who served as a regional commander. Arje, clearly intoxicated, is seen distributing nationalist leaflets to people with Kuisma. His mullet, drunken ramblings, and a saluting dog at his side made him a memorable figure.
Hail Ari, hail. Hommat menee hienosti. Kaikki on ihan niin kuin pitää olla.
Meidän tehtävä ei ole ainoastaan yhdistetty, vaan aina muukalaiset täältä pois. Kaikki. Ollaan suomalaisia. Mutta asioita pitää laittaa kuntoon. Niin me, johtaja Pekka Siitoin, on ainoa, mitä ne saa kuntoon. Mä olen hänen alamainen. Hautaasti.
Arje also possesses the hypnotic magnetic stare, capable of putting people into a trance-like state. These clips are from the documentary called Siik Hail Suomi, that captures moments of absurdity, such as Kuisma and his comrades preparing for future battles by eating yogurt and playing paintball. And, naturally, Pekka looks as if he's been indulging in some patriotic moonshine.
Nyt näkyy helvetti hyvin. Nyt tulee helvetti vielä.
The entire documentary feels less like a serious movement and more like grown men playing dress-up Nazis to feel a sense of belonging. Even our airplane specialist, Kai Aalto, makes some truly inspiring speeches during the whole ordeal.
Rajat murtuu, kun kansa yhdistyy taistelemaan yhden ainoan voiman, yhden ainoan tahton ja yhden ainoan johtajan eteen, joka tällä hetkellä on meille ei enempää eikä vähempää kuin Väinö Kuisma!
Väinö Kuisma,
Siikain! Me ei anneta periksi ikinä, ei antauduta koskaan. Meissä on uskoa.
So wait, all the footage in this video that is being showed, it comes all from documentaries.
Voimaa ja rohkeutta. Ennen kaikkea nousta tuhkasta ja raunioista.
But how does Satanism, aliens and Nazi uniforms fit all together? Let's find out. Pekka Siitoin founded the Turku Occult Science Society, and later the Pegasus Society. His writings on the occult were prolific and wide-ranging. In his book, UFOs, Religion and the Devil, Siitoin made outrageous claims about communicating with extraterrestrial beings, including Jesus Christ, Lucifer and other supernatural entities. According to him, UFOs were key players in human history, helping guide civilizations like Atlantis to greatness before their eventual downfall. In Siitoin's world, UFOs weren't just flying saucers. They were spiritual entities intertwined with humanity's fate. Here's a picture of a UFO phenomenon he claims to have captured.
Bro, what the fuck is this picture? What the hell is that? Looks... It could be anything. Are you kidding me?
Fascinating.
Pekka's bizarre blend of mysticism even influenced the world of heavy metal. The Swedish black metal band Bathory's frontman, Quathon, stated in an interview that he got his stage name from one of Pekka's books.
Occultism comes from it's actually from a kind of a Finnish Black Bible that I bought from Finland from some crazy guy who had this satanic church here in Finland some years ago. I don't know what happened to him, and he was quite famous in Finland actually.
This strange connection shows how Pekka's occult influence extended far beyond Finland, impacting even the counterculture movements of other countries. His views didn't stop at the mystical. Siitoin argued that God was the supreme being, and figures like Christ, Lucifer and Satan were all lower spiritual entities that could be worshipped in God's name. He wasn't just a passive occultist either. Siitoin claimed to have performed actual curses and magical rituals against his political enemies. Fast forward to today, and Pekka Siitoin's legacy has taken a sharp turn into the absurd. While his political and occultist beliefs remain controversial, people have transformed him into something of a fringe cult icon. His outlandish personality, combined with his provocative stunts and bizarre claims, makes him an easy target for satire. His frequent public appearances in Nazi uniforms, combined with his occult rituals, have turned him into a symbol of dark comedy. Pekka Siitoin is one of those figures whose legacy is impossible to define easily. On one hand, his neo-Nazi ideology and occult practices were extreme, and his organizations incited real violence. He used both political radicalism and occult mysticism to create a following, albeit a small one, that acted on some of the most dangerous impulses of his ideas. Some people insist that Siitoin is right about some of the things he has said, particularly the spiritual side of things. And some of the most devoted Pekkaologists have used days of their own time to document every single thing he has done.
I mean, if you keep saying shit, you know, eventually you will say something that is right, no? I mean, anyone in the world, even the most stupid person there is in the world, if he keeps saying stuff or writes down stuff, will write something intelligent at some point, no?
For example, the now inactive Mesikämmen blog, which documented every single thing connected to Pekka Siitoin.
Oh my god.
After all the drama and the controversy, how did Pekka Siitoin's story end? By the late 1990s, Pekka Siitoin's political relevance had largely faded. His organizations had dwindled, and his influence was limited to a small circle of devoted followers. His personal life was also filled with tragedy. One of his 2 sons died in a fatal car crash when he was young.
Hän itki 3 vuorokautta. Ja sit se loppui. Eihän sit sitä oikeastaan surukkaan enää.
His first wife allegedly died of cancer in 1981, and his second wife died in a car accident in 1995. But I couldn't confirm if this information is correct. Here's a beautiful obituary written by Pekka to his first wife. Paljon pilasit, kaiken munasit. Nyt on pillusi kylmännyt. Paul Siitoin also sadly passed away in 2012 from a heart attack. And one of Pekka's most devoted followers, Christian Arje, turned to
What the fuck? How can he say stuff like that in the obituary? Oh my god. Yeah, it's hard to feel bad about his death.
God in his later years, but eventually succumbed to a disease brought on by excessive alcohol consumption.
I mean...
Kiitos Herralle, joka pelasti minut saatanan valtakunnasta. Kiitos Jumalalle. Amen.
In his final years, Pekka Siitoin lived in relative isolation in Vehmaa, Finland, where he died of esophageal cancer in 2003. According to the mother of his youngest child, Pekka remained steadfast in his beliefs, allegedly calling out for Lucifer on his deathbed. Pekka was also convinced that he would be reborn as the President of the United States in his next life. Also, a quick shout out to the YouTube channel Krakenpine.
Weird, right? I mean, you're a Satanist. I don't think the Satanist actually believes in reincarnation. I might be wrong. I don't know anything about Satanism, but isn't that Buddhism that you will be reborn in another body?
Who provided a treasure trove of material for this video. An absolute legend. Be sure to check out his channel for some Siitoin-inspired music covers and much more.
Mulla kyllä nyt tulee sellainen tunne, että sä olet tämmönen julkisuuden kipeä vanha irstailija.
Irstailija olen kyllä, olen perversi. Äitini toivoi minusta teologia, mutta minusta tuli rivologi.
Oh my god. Well, that was definitely something in this video, wasn't it? Oh my god. I mean, we did react to some crazy Finnish streamers. This is an older story. Let me know if you knew about him. I mean, I still remember Talla Hassa, then the other guy, oh my god, what was his name? I believe I forgot his name. Oh my god. Crazy guy that he was always drunk, mistreating everyone, peeing in front of the police officers. What was his name? Oh my god, I'm going crazy. I can't believe I don't remember him. Oh my god. Whatever. Anyway, this video was so crazy. Let me know what your thoughts are on this. I don't know what to say. To me, it's so fucked up. I can't believe that he only spent a couple of years in prison. I mean, you would imagine someone like that to spend pretty much the rest of his life in prison. I don't know, but whatever. What can you do? Anyways, I hope you did enjoy this video, guys. I'll see you in my next one.